Some of these got the license for, it's between September 1 and the middle of March, but there's between 50 and 100 of them, and they're coming after me. And I was told it's because these are all young ones. They're not part of the normal group around here. But I need authorization from law enforcement to give this man the right to do it.
Okay.
Because they can't do it, and because this is only a half acre. It has to be 5 acres before a trapper.
How long has this been going on?
This about 6 weeks.
Okay.
And they're got to the point now.
Do you live here?
I've been here 38 years.
So have you been feeding them? That's typically what?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I went through the Fish and Game.
Yeah.
I've done, of course, everybody. They feed cats. I've got my cats.
Yeah.
And then with the younger ones, let's see, you're different, so they're not going to mess around. But usually they were all over me.
Yeah.
And around the back.
They know that you're a source of food, so they'll come right up to you.
I went 30 hours without feeding them, and they were all over everything. I can't they turn. I need a special either from the police.
Have you talked to Fish and Wildlife?
That's exactly.
What did they say?
They said, of course, in the beginning, stop feeding them.
Yeah.
And then that's what I've done. Because the only way to get in and out of my house was to throw some food over the back.
Okay.
There's no way. I'm between a rock and a hard place, but I have people that are willing to do this, trap and euthanize.
Yeah.
And I talked to this guy named Jack Russell. He wanted like $500 a raccoon, and he was going to play the game. And I said,
yeah, that'd be a lot of money for this many raccoons.
I don't need all of them gone, and I feel horrific about it.
Yeah.
These I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these are mothers, the big ones. But this, I've never seen this. So how do I get authorization on a half acre? I can notify people that this is going to happen, they're going to be shot, but...
Yeah, so as far as, if there's a threat to property, livestock, or people...
It is.
You can.
Okay.
This seems like definitely a pest problem, and so, trapping would probably be preferred.
Yes.
But again, as far as hunting and trapping, that's Fish and Wildlife, that's all their thing. So I can't come out here and authorize you to do anything.
No, I know that.
You have to be in compliance with them.
Yeah, but with Fish and Game.
Yes, Fish and Game. Yeah.
And then this young man is telling me he is a hunter anyway. I got 50 and 100 of these things that have been around here for the last 6 weeks. And they're inside my yard, and I couldn't even get outside my front door and jump into my car.
Yeah.
With them, they're just coming around me. So, and yes, I have not fed this group. This is part of the salmon hatchery, which is right down the
street. So when you contacted Fish and Wildlife, they said stop feeding them. Did they give you any recommendations for getting rid of them?
Well, they keep saying that they're going to disappear. No, they don't. So long as I'm here, everybody around here, I'm assuming, they feed my cats over there. They have goats. These are scary.
Yeah.
And then the people on the other side have sheep. And so there's always a resource for, I stopped water a month ago. I don't put water out. I just had a few. Everybody, I mean, this has been a wonderful place to live. This has just started.
Yeah.
But I do have people, and I have a fellow now that he's checking more to get, I don't want to do this. I don't want to kill them.
So they just wait outside your house and bug you till you feed them?
All night long. And the only way I can get my cat is, he stays over there, and then my little female, she's in there. I don't know whether she's in there now, but the door's only open like this. So far, so good. But I got the people to do it, but they won't do it because they don't want to get arrested for it, because they're going against whatever law. Because this is a half acre.
Okay, yeah, as far as shooting them, I can stand some hesitancy there. But the trapping, as long as you have a hunting license, you're abiding by the regulations.
And he's got all that. He's got the trapping license for small, whatever it's called.
Yeah, small game.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he said because this is a half acre, unless
if you're just trapping, the shooting only comes, if for target practice. Like I say, even if you're only a half acre and they're an immediate threat to property or people, you can.
Do you want me to show you around the back what they're tearing up? They've tore up my whole backyard looking for grub. The moss and grass. This has been going on, and it's not stopping.
Your house or like the landscaping they've been getting into?
Well, I put stripping around my door about a month ago. They ripped that out. They're on the front door banging. I mean, and now when I can't, this is the first time they ever rushed me to the car.
I mean, let me see if I can have a Fish and Wildlife officer give me a call. See if he has any tips or ideas.
It is an issue.
In terms of traffic, shooting, yes.
Okay.
Shooting, that would be an issue. But,
Well, what he's going to do is talk to some trappers. But I had a trapper that he wanted $400 or $500 to come up here every day after he sets a trap. And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, not every day they're in the traps." I said, "Don't you think if I see them in a trap, I can call you?" And he didn't like that. Plus, I figured out at least 50 of these raccoons. I can't afford $25,000.
Yeah.
He's gouging it. His name is Jack Russell, like the terrier.
Okay.
He's the only one I've been able to find. So this gentleman that can actually shoot him on the spot can't, because of the restriction of the size. That's what I was thinking, from law enforcement or from the county or from Fish and Game.
Yeah.
Can there be a waiver under this condition, which is highly unusual?
Yeah.
and
So he doesn't get in trouble. He's willing to do it, and I'm willing to let him.
and there's nothing saying that you can't possibly petition for a waiver if you were to go and try and speak to someone at the courthouse and see if there's something you could do there. I have not heard of a situation like that, so I'm not telling you that it's possible, but getting some sort of court order stating that you can do this and possibly giving you.
And that I'm here to feed them, because this is the only way I can get rid of them, is to throw kibbles over the.
Do you want to show me you're talking about the damage they were causing on the backside of your house?
Okay.
I'd be curious. See, I'm waiting to see if Fish and Wildlife officer, if there's one on, if he can call me and help us
Right.
give some guidance.
I haven't been able. This is just the beginning here. So I haven't been able. I've blown leaves and stuff. Even the blower, I've sprayed them with ammonia. I've sprayed them with vinegar. I have some type of a deodorizer. And I can't do anything. This is probably 1/3 of them.
A third of them?
A third.
There's more?
See that whole back area there?
Oh, yeah, I see
That's
there's
where-
more.
And then I've thrown food over there, and then down here is where they have no water. I thought with water.
And you think these have come from the hatchery? A lot of
Well,
them?
this is the suggestion that was made, that the salmon are running, so it may
Yeah.
attract them. But I've never had anything like
When
this.
did you first start feeding them? Is it like a couple months ago or just a couple
To
weeks?
get rid of these?
And when did you just start feeding them in general?
What, when I got here 38 years ago. But
Oh,
it's been
38.
nothing, it's been nothing
But
like this.
what's the average been the last 3 to 8 years? Just a couple raccoons?
All over. I mean, they live in different people's properties. They're just not here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. With an average of, I've had 6 females a year, and there's some that have 1, have 2, have 3, have 4. There's one female this year that had 5. And they live in different areas.
Yeah.
They don't really live here. They live in the back. She's got them. They come, this seems to come out of that area all down there that I see.
So I did a little skim of the Fish and Wildlife website in terms of raccoons.
Right.
They mentioned a den site. Do you know if there are dens nearby that they
go
to sleep?
Because that's the thing. They go someplace at night to sleep. Once they've been satisfied with what food was out and left, they disappear. But this group has been sitting around. It was 1:30 this morning before I could get my cat in, the one that stays in. And he waits for the all clear, and then I got him in. But this is, and there's some of the older males that just have like a stump tail. Those are the original ones here. But this is all, you can't recognize. Oh, and the guy that's Jack Russell told me to get a paint gun and shoot them different colors so I can identify what clan they're with. I said, he's messing with a woman. Okay, I'm an old lady. And I've been here half of my life.
Yeah.
But I've never encountered this before, and it's also because of, I went online and looked it up, the North Kitsap County raccoon, bears, and what else is there? Coyote infestation. Each one of those species had about 4 or 5 pages of people that have come forth and complained with addresses and names. So I've been doing this for quite...
Okay. So 35 years ago you first started feeding some raccoons, and then when all of a sudden did it explode like this?
6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago, all of a sudden you had like 100 raccoons?
Oh my God. And then I'm told that they will go and tell their friends.
Well, yeah, it looks like they did. So before 6 weeks ago, how many on average would come up here that you'd feed?
The mothers and their babies,
like a dozen or something?
See, this is what's happening that never was.
The fighting?
Because they're all their uncles and aunts and whatever. Probably 6 to 10, maybe females. I never bothered because they weren't a mess.
Yeah.
They weren't a mess.
Okay.
And I've had to take, 4 years ago, a black bear came through, about 350 pounds, busted the steps, and I figured if I take that second, I took the first railing out, thinking it would hinder them, because they stay up on the back deck too. And I was going to pull this one down so they can't get up on that. And the ones that can get up, they've knocked boards out. The whole thing needs to be redone, but the last couple of years I figured I'm not going to do it right now.
Yeah.
And then this stuff came in. I can't believe they're being so nice. It's because you guys are here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
I'm sure that helps.
This is half of them. Look at this. That's the sad part of it, to think that somebody's going to come in here and shoot them. That you'd be standing here shooting the raccoons, and I won't be here. I cannot watch that.
Well, we won't be shooting the raccoons.
I know you won't. I know, and I wouldn't. There's no suggestion there. I'm just telling you. This is horrible. You can't trap them and move them like Heritage Park. They could be coming from Heritage Park. There's no telling where they're. This is not the normal group.
Yeah.
I would have, in my wildest dreams, never thought this would happen.
Well, let me check my computer to see if our dispatcher said if there's a wildlife officer on.
couple of numbers for some fish and wildlife guys.
Okay. I mean, it looks like maybe there's no units on. Maybe if anything, I'll just see if they can follow up with her when one does come on. Just have some come forward something. But yeah, I mean, I see no issue with the trapping. I mean, shooting, I can't recommend, So, we'll see.
Oh, another thing I wanted to mention to you gentlemen.
Yeah.
I have been here 38 years. I've always had dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Always had a fenced yard. I bought the house after I got divorced. Never thought I'd stay here.
Yeah.
But I liked it and it was beautiful. And the dogs just would keep them away. There was no way. Folks over there had them. They don't now. Whether they will get more, I don't know. Lady on the other side has a couple of labs.
Mm-hmm.
But people keep their dogs under control. And so the simple fact is that's why. And my last dog died in 2017. So it was 2018 when just the normal number of raccoons came through.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little at a time. They bring their babies, the mamas. It was sweet to watch. And so that's about the time frame that there were any animals. So there haven't been raccoons on my property in 38 years. But this now is, look at them.
Yeah.
I just wish the hell they could be trapped and just... But you can't place them any place. You can't take them because they're going to breed. And it's every season they come out between 1 and 5 babies, boy. Yeah. And you got what, 20 females? You got 100 at a pop. So, and this is another thing. They're precious little things, but they're. And then the hunters, the guys that take them, they skin them and sell the tails and make cats out of them. Jesus Christ. And it is, don't worry, I'm not one of these die-hard. I don't want them abused, and I don't want them tortured or poisoned or anything, but, they're eating leaves. I mean, they're, so, but Fish and Wildlife, I did what they said.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like there's no Fish and Wildlife officer on now. Okay. I'm gonna ask for them to ask if they can follow up with you.
Oh, wonderful.
So the phone number you gave, is that the best to reach?
277.
Okay, when we tried to call it, went straight to voicemail. Is there bad reception here?
There has been. I can't get some 779 numbers from inside my house, but when I get up the street, then I can get those numbers. But there could be. I know the guy over there sometimes comes out of his house to talk. So. Yeah. It's just kind of sporadic.
Yeah.
But I wanted witness. Do you guys do like a report or something?
I'll add some notes into the call. Yeah.
Because I guess it'd be petitioning the court to allow someone to come out here on a half acre to do what they have to do.
Yeah. I would, like I said, I'm going to ask a Fish and Wildlife officer to follow up with you.
And maybe they can help me out?
Yeah, or at least I think they would at least be able to give you some guidance to sure up your,
And the guidance versus don't feed them, which this is and I have to throw a bucket out so I can get out my door now, just so they'll all run to it. It's to the point of not reality.
So the trapping's not an issue, so I would just look at that. The shooting, I can't tell you one way or another, so they might be able to give you more on the shooting, or just like I said, just trapping is probably the way to go.
Trappers trap them and euthanize them and then skin them. That's the game. And this fellow, like I said, that I've got will do it if he's able to do it legally, but he won't because he doesn't want to get arrested on a half acre. So it's either get the petition to court and get the okay to have him do it, and I can afford to get as many as I can. And then this season, I'm thinking winter, and this is what I was going to do. I've been thinking the last 2 months, winter's coming. They're not out here during the winter. When it snows, they're not around. They're going to go someplace. They don't hibernate. They're all pretty well built. I mean, they've got a lot of fat on them, so they can last. And in the winter they do. You don't see them. And then in springtime, Mama comes. And it was, I think, the first week in July before there were any babies that were brought around. I kept saying to myself, where are the raccoon mamas and their babies? And then I got, but this I really do think. And then plus Gunderson, Stottlemyre, and Bond Road has this giant building situation going on, which approach the gas station and some facility, which is fine. I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
But that's 2 years of taking out trees, and they migrate.
Gotcha.
So it's all in, it's all just the way the people coming in and animals being forced to go areas where they didn't. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, like I
Thank
said,
you.
I'll fish
Thank
a while
you
I
so
follow up
much,
with you, but
gentlemen.
I don't see a problem with the trapping.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'll have them follow up with you because
Thank you
it's
so
obviously an
much.
issue. Yep, no problem. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Oh.